Welcome. Hello. Hello, everybody. So welcome to this evening's Yoga for Busy People. I'm Kelly, for those of you not met me before. And I teach a style of yoga called Dru Yoga. And Dru Yoga is a flowing style of therapeutic yoga. And these classes are designed, it's like a fast track into being relaxed. So there's a bit of a format to the class that we still hold while I do this. So we'll get up in a minute and we'll shake the body, we'll loosen it up, and we'll do some really nice, easy movements just to let go of the day and to help you get into your body. And then this evening, we're going to do some stretching of the spine, and then we're going to come down onto the ground and we're going to work with the cat pose this evening. And the cat pose is a posture that really helps to soothe you, and it will release any tension from your spine. And we'll turn over, stretch out the body in various ways. And you need to make sure you've got a blanket and cushions and things so you can make yourself a nice comfy relaxation station, because you'll be laid down for about, I aim for 20 minutes, but it's probably going to be more like 15, or you'll get a good relaxation at the end. So all I ask is that you look after yourselves. So if anything does feel uncomfortable or you experience any pain, go back to where you felt okay. Don't hurt yourself. And we'll get started. So let's move my things out of the way. Just come up to standing. We're going to start off with just one hand this evening. Give your right hand a shake. And just loosen up your fingers. Feel all the digits on your hand moving first of all. And just feel as though you're letting go of the day. There's no wrong or right way to do this. It's just to enjoy it. Enjoy your thumb loosening, your first finger, middle finger, ring finger, and your little finger. Now feel that lovely flow. Feel it go into your wrist and into the forearm. And then just separate your feet a bit further apart and just shake the arm down to the ground. So you feel any tension just being released from your shoulder. And if you can, let your neck and your head relax as well. I'm looking forwards because I'm looking at you. That's it. And then just pause with your arm there, let it swing. Let it relax, that's it. And then what we'll do is we'll take this arm over towards the left side and we'll just create a big circle with that arm. And you can bend your knees as well. And we'll always try to synchronize your movement and your breath. So just lift your arm up, breathe in and breathe out as it comes down. And then next time your arm comes up overhead, just pause with the arm up there. And we're going to stretch up, have a great big stretch on that right side. And as you breathe out, just let the arm come overhead and let it just hang loose. And you can press down into the sole of your right foot. And then take another breath in. And as you breathe out, just let the arm come down by your side. So we've got a huge difference. Let's do the same on the left side. So loosen up your fingers on the left. So I'm mirroring you, by the way, so it makes it easier for you to look at. Lovely. You feel all your fingers loosening up. And then let your focus go into your thumb, your first finger, middle finger, ring finger, and a little finger. That's it. Loosen up. Feel your palm of your hand, the wrist, your forearm, bicep and shoulder. And then we're going to tilt forward, shake it down towards the ground. Just feel as though the ground is absorbing anything you don't need. Tiredness, anything that's happened, just letting it all go. And then let your arm Just move down there for a second, just let it hang. And then take the arm towards the right side and just start to create a few circles. And as you do it, bend your knees. So you might want to have your toes pointed out to the side so you can sink down a little bit. That's it. Just feeling into it. I always say this, it's yoga, it doesn't matter what it looks like, it's how it feels for you. That's the most important thing. And then pause with your arm up overhead, breathe in, reach up. And then breathe out, let your arm come overhead, feel the stretch down the side. And then let that arm come back down. So they're both down by your side. Walk your feet back together. And then just give both arms a bit of a shake so the whole body feels loosened. That's nice. And then we'll do a little bit of balancing. Now, if you want to use a wall to support you, can do. Or if you want to put your hands on your hips, that sometimes helps. So lift up your right foot and circle your toes around a few times. Just go around a few times one way and then go the other way as well. Fabulous. And then give your foot a shake. So you're shaking out the toes, sole of the foot. My teacher used to say to me, you'll hear my things all the time because I repeat myself. She used to say, imagine you've got a lobster stuck to your toe. He used to make us laugh as well. That's it. Feel that ripple come up into your calf muscle and your knee, your quad. And then just pop your foot down, take the weight into your right leg, lift your left foot and circle your toes. And when you're balancing, you can find a spot on the wall or on the floor and you just focus there, and that really helps to make a bit of stillness. After a few circles, one way, go the other way. Lovely. And then give your foot a little shake out. And see if you can feel the sole of the foot shaking. And your toes. And then let that shaking movement rise up into your calf muscle. Into the knee. And into the quad. So the whole of the leg is loosened up. And then pop the foot down, give the whole body a bit of a movement, a bit of a shake out. And then we're going to come to the hips actually now. So have your feet about a little bit more than hip distance, but not quite shoulder distance. And all you're going to do is just turn from side to side and make sure you've got enough space so you don't bash your hands. And just let the movement come from your hips, let your arms tap into your body. And we're just going to wake up this spine. We're going to release any tension. But as it's evening time, we're going to keep it really nice and lazy. So it's like an effortless twist. It's nice. Just feeling the arms nice and loose. Have your knees nice and soft as well. And then see if you can get the arms to lift a little bit. So the arms and the hands start to tap in a bit further up along your back. And then we'll bring the arms up to shoulder height. And if it feels good, take the arms up into the space up above. And just enjoy feeling the air. That lovely, nice feeling that brings you right into your present moment, twisting away any tiredness. And then let your arms come down. And then we'll do a second stage. So just lift your heels off the mat. And your twist will go a bit deeper. And this frees up latent energy from your spine. So energy gets stored in our muscles and our joints and in the fibers within your body. And when we move the body, it helps to release latent energy. Gives you a boost. So just let the arms come up again. That's nice. And then let the arms come up into the space above. But as you move really slowly now. So we're slowing it down. Being aware of the subtle movements within your body. And then bring the arms down. And then let your arms just stop moving by your sides. Your focus coming towards your breathing. Just placing your hands onto your hips just for a moment, and just circling your hips a few times. But as you circle your hips, see if you can notice the soles of your feet. And go the other way as well. And then let the body just come back to being still. Bring your feet to hip distance. And there's a few different ways to do it, but the one we'll do this evening is to close one eye and then get your opposite fist and just hover your fist above the arches of your feet. And that will give you your approximate hip distance without having to do too much effort. So one eye closes, opposite fist, just hover them over and make sure that your feet feel comfortable in line with your hips. And just lift your toes up and stretch your toes out. And then place your toes down onto the mat. And feel your heels sinking down. Let the arches begin to lift. Just tuning into your strong legs. First of all, just create a bit of tension in the muscles in your legs. So tighten the muscles in your calves. Lift your kneecaps and tighten the muscles in your quads as well. So you really feel that's the strength that is in your legs. Now breathe in. And as you breathe out, just gently relax the muscles in your legs. And then feel as though you're drawing up steadiness and earth energy from the ground. And place your hands onto your hips and just let your hips go forward. And then tilt the hips backwards and just do that a few times and then find the middle place where your hips are perfectly in line, where they feel really comfy, and release your hands. And then breathe out and then begin to lift your pelvic floor muscle. Let your sternum lift, let your shoulders lift up towards your ears. And then circle your shoulders back and let your arms just be loose by your sides. And if you need to do that a couple of times, please do, because sometimes it just feels lovely to align the spine, allow your body to sink into its perfect posture. So feel your spine grow tall. Draw your chin in to lengthen your neck. And then feel the crown of the head rising up so your spine's lengthened. That's so beautiful. And then you're arriving into what we call the mountain pose. So as you stand in this way, check that you feel steady and strong. Just inviting in feelings of calm. We're going to bring both hands in front of the body, have the backs of the hands close to one another. And we're going to lift up both arms and stretch all the way up. Let your spine lift, sternum lift, breathe in. And then we're going to fold forward to keep your hands close to your body and just come down as far as what's good for you. So have your elbows bent, arms in close, bend your knees, let your abdomen rest on your thighs, and then start to come back up. So each vertebra just clicks into place, just like a cat would stretch. And then you lift, you breathe in as you lift up. And then as you fold forwards, breathe out. Really focus on your out breath, letting go as you come down into your forward bend. And then again, you'll bend your knees, pop your core muscles on, so you lift pelvic floor, drawing in abdominals, coming all the way up, rising up. That's it, perfect. Breathing in as you lift. I'm going to come down one more time. So breathe out, flow down, softly breathing out as you come down. Arms, hands in towards your body. Now this time, take your fingers, your hands just behind at your ankles. And as you come up, you'll trace your fingers up the back lines of the legs and just place your hands in underneath your ribs with your fingers pointing down. So you're up, so come up to standing, that's it. You're doing great. You're going to press into your sacrum, pop your core muscles up and keep your chin towards your chest and just relax back a little way. So you're sliding your hips forward, so you're stretching the front of the body. That's it. And then pop those glutes on, core muscles on, lift up. As you breathe in, release your hands again, come back down into your forward bend. And down in this forward bend, imagine you've got a weight attached to the crown of your head and it's just hanging loose. You could even hold onto your elbows if you wanted to. And you could even step your feet out a bit wider, actually. And then just begin to have a swing from side to side. So you just swing in between your two big toes. Again, it's effortless. You're just allowing the body to relax in that forward bend. Lovely. And then release your hands down towards the ground. Bend your knees. And then walk your feet back into hip distance. Really, really bend your knees so your abdomen rests onto your knees, onto your thighs. And then pop your core muscles on and we're going to stand up slowly, slowly, stacking each vertebra one at a time. Come up really slow so you don't get dizzy. Take your hands right back through the midline, lift up. Enjoy that big stretch up. Let your shoulders relax and then just let both of those arms create a circle in front and let the arms just come down. And then let your palms come together. Close your eyes for a moment and just have a moment just standing in that peace that you've created. Release your hands, let your hands come down by your sides. And then we're actually going to come down onto the mats. So if you want to get maybe it depends what your ground is like. If you have got funny knees, pop a blanket underneath your knees so your knees aren't going to get tired, because we're going to be on. I'm not explaining myself very well, am I? We're going to be like this. So if your knees are like my knees, they need extra support, put a blanket under them. And then just come onto your hands and your knees, and you want to make sure that your shoulders are directly above your hands and your hips are directly above your knees. So you've got a really nice, strong foundation from which to move. And the first thing to do is just to breathe out and let all your core muscles hang loose, let your tummy just relax. I'm going to turn that way so I can see you. And breathe out. And then engage your core muscles. So lift pelvic floor, abdominals and your glutes. And let your back arch up towards the ceiling. And let your chin come in towards your chest. And then let your focus go back to the base of your spine. Tilt your pelvis forward. And just reverse that wave. So you've created a C shape in your spine and lengthen. Let your head come up last of all. Lovely. And then we're going to reverse from the base. Breathing out as you go, drawing that tummy button up towards your spine. Spine arches and your chin comes in towards your chest. Lovely. From the base again, breathe in. One vertebra at a time. Head comes up last of all. Nice. One more time. Just enjoying each vertebra as you move, that lovely ripple, that wave. and your head comes down. So you reverse in one more time, breathing in. And in fact, it just inviting you now to get into that flow with your own spine. So every time your spine lifts up, you breathe out. And as you breathe in, you're looking forwards. So you can just enjoy a few ripples through your spine, just enjoying that lovely movement. Happiness. And then just one more. And then just come to a still place. Now bring your hips back to join your heels and come down into what's called pose of a child. So if you want to, you can separate your knees, make space for your body, or you can have your knees together. First of all, your arms are stretched out in front. And then you can make two fists, one here, one here, put your forehead onto your fist, or you can bring your hands back and have your hands by your ankles. And then whichever version you choose, just spend a moment or two there. Get yourself comfortable. You might really want to draw your knees in and just take some nice, steady, deep breaths in that pose of a child. Fantastic. Now, bring your arms forward once more. So slide your arms forward and lift back up so you come back onto your knees and hands. Now this time we're going to do something called the weaving cat. So what you do is you bend your right elbow, and with your left arm, you're going to feed your arm through that gap and lower your shoulder down into the mat, and the side of your head will come down. And then once you get down there, just take some deep breaths. And then press back down into your palm, lift yourself back up so you come back up onto the starting position. And then do the same on the other side. So you bend the left elbow, feed the right arm through, and lower your shoulder down in the side of your head. Just take a few really steady breaths down there. And then press down into your palm, lift back up. And then we're going to do that one again. So take your left arm back through, but this time with the arm that's on top, just slide it forward. So this goes from here to here. Once you get into that shape, just take a couple of breaths. And then slide your hand back towards you, press down into your palm, lift back up. And then we're going to repeat that on the other side. So bend your left elbow, feed your right arm through, and then your right arm comes forward. That's it, you're doing it right. You're fine. It feels a bit crunchy. And then lifting back up. So sliding your palm forward, lift all the way up, come back up into come back up into your all fours. And then this time, all you're going to do is stretch your right foot back and your left foot back. And you come into what's called plank pose just for a second. And then you're just going to lower your body down. So let your knees come down, let your belly come down, your chest, and then separate your feet really wide. Have your heels pointed in, toes pointed out, hips and pelvis level, comfortable with the floor. One arm around the other one, and then all you do is put your forehead onto your arms and just stay down there and just keep breathing as deeply as what you can without without holding on to it too much. So breathe in, nice steady deep breaths. Feel the breath go into your belly, into your abdomen. Feel the whole body expand as you breathe in, and then relax in as you breathe out. I'm going to take 3-4 big breaths here. And just scanning up from the soles of your feet, checking with your feet, your ankles, calf muscles, your knees, your quads, your hips. And then that upper part of the chest and your shoulders. And then we're just going to start to bring your feet back in closer together. Slide your hands back underneath your shoulders. And then we're going to turn over onto your back. So you can raise one arm above your head, your right arm, and then just turn over, or you can just turn over. And then have your blanket really close by. We're going to do some stretches and then we'll do relaxation. So make sure your blanket's really close. You don't have to move too much. Lovely. And then just come onto your backs. And once you've come onto your back, you want to bring your knees into your chest and wrap your arms around your knees and just begin to rock from side to side. And as you do this, notice how that pressure rolls along the top of the sacrum. Just really massaging. You're just moving from side to side. And then placing your hands onto your knees and start to circle your knees around. Feeling that pressure move around the sacrum and feel as though this is a relaxing movement. Each circle, each spiral releases and that helps you to relax that bit further. After a few in one direction, go the other way. And then bring the knees back towards your chest. Place your left foot on the ground and slide your left leg away from you. So we're going to stretch a muscle, a deep muscle called the psoas muscle. And first of all, just breathe out. And then draw your right knee down towards your chest and press the knee down towards your chest. So let's say you're pressing the knee that you're holding on to, you want to press it down to your chest. And press the back of the left thigh now, press that down into the mat. And you'll feel a stretch through the hip. And then release your stretch, so let your knee relax and just start to circle your knee around. And you might find that your circles want to get bigger. And as those circles get bigger, one hand will need to come off the knee. But make sure you've still got one hand in contact with it. And after a few circles in one direction, go the other way. And you can let your circles be like a spiral and get bigger or get smaller. Lovely. Let that leg relax now. So swap over, pop your right foot on the mat, bring the left leg in and slide your right leg away. So you've got your left knee in your hand, that's it. So the first thing to do is to stretch. So first of all, we breathe in and then breathe out, press that left knee down towards your chest. And then start to press the back of the right thigh down towards the mat at the same time. Lovely. And then pause with that and start to circle your knee around. And go the other way as well, so you get to experience both directions. Feel what's happening in the hip joint. And then come back to the middle. Bring both knees in. Extend both legs up in the air. And draw the toes down towards you so you can feel a stretch through the backs of the legs. That's it. And then, excuse me, bring the soles of your feet together. Extend your arms up in the air and lift your feet so you hold on to your feet. And then we're going to draw the feet in towards you so you feel a stretch into the groin. So your feet are together, put your hands around your feet. Sorry, let me explain. The soles of the feet are together. That's it. Hands around the tops of the feet. That's it. And then draw the feet down towards you so you feel a stretch into the groin. So it's like through the adductor muscles. And we're just holding it for a moment. It's butterfly stretch, this one. And you could even roll a little bit from side to side. 1 to 2. And then we'll release the butterfly stretch. So pop the soles of the feet back onto the mat. Stretch your left leg away. Lift up your right foot and place your right foot onto your left knee. And then lift the opposite arm up. So it's your left hand. Place your left hand onto your right knee. With your right arm, extend it out at shoulder height so it becomes like a support arm. And then take a nice big deep breath in. And then you're going to move on your out breath. Let your body roll into that sideways stretch. So into the half Maltese cross. And then you let your head turn so you're looking the opposite direction. Relax into that stretch. Always using your out breath to relax into it. Pop your core muscles on, roll back to the middle for a second. And then breathe in again. And then as you breathe out, go into that stretch one more time. And try and keep your shoulders relaxed if you can. Lovely. Pop the core muscles on, come back to the middle. That's fab. Straighten up your hips and slide the other leg away. And then lifting up the left foot, put your left foot onto your right knee, your right hand onto your left knee, and your left arm on the mat. Moving with your breath, so breathe in. And then as you breathe out, you start to roll into that sideways stretch. Let your head look the opposite direction and relax into that stretch. Be breathing steadily and evenly. Use your core muscles, come back to the middle for a second. Breathe in. And as you breathe out, go back into it. Final time, let your head look the other way, let your shoulders relax. And just allowing those breaths to be steady and even, allowing the body to relax on the out breath. And then roll yourself back to the middle. Pull your blankets over you, get your socks and your cushions and whatever you want to do to make yourself feel all cozy, and we'll have a lovely Shavasana relaxation. So we've reached what I call the most important part of the class. And when you do yoga, it's really important to let everything settle, because we're not just moving the physical body, where things happen internally, the glands within the body massage, the The muscles are stretched, the joints are moved, and it's really important to let everything settle down. So as you find that place you feel most comfortable, just snuggling down into the mat, snuggling down. Feel as though you're relaxing back into the softest cushion, softest pillow. Just bringing your awareness in towards your breath. And just noticing the body's connection with the ground underneath. And as you breathe in now, just gently press down into those places you can feel the ground. Feel part of the earth, part of that solid structure. And breathe in. And as you breathe out, just start to soften the body. Soften the feet, the legs. And bringing your focus into just your legs and tightening the muscles in the legs. Tighten the glutes, lift the kneecaps, tighten the quads, calf muscles. Breathe into the legs and gently, gently release. Soften, let go. Come into level of the hips, pelvis. Just gently pressing the sacrum down into the mat. Feeling the sacrum relaxing. And just let go. Tighten up your core muscles for the final time this evening. So draw tummy button back towards your spine, lift pelvic floor, breathe in. And then breathe out, softly, softly letting go. Roll your thumbs in towards your palm, wrap your fingers around your thumbs, and then roll the arms towards your body. And breathe in. As you breathe out, roll the palms away. Let the palms face upwards and just stretch the fingers. And then let your fingers curl. The hands face upwards. Feel the breath moving into the chest. Expanding the lungs, and let that breath move down into your belly. Let the whole body expand. And breathing out, and as you breathe out, just allowing that out breath to bring a sense of letting go, a sense of relaxation, feeling settled. And just steadily turning your head to the left side and then the right side. Slowly, slowly moving the head. And then let your head come back to the middle. And then lazily just adjust the face. So scrunch up your eyes and furrow the brow. Wriggle the nose and move the jaw from side to side. And spend a few moments just relaxing your face. And then slowing that right down, allowing your cheeks to relax and your smile to relax. Noticing how cool that air is, coolness of the air entering your nostrils. Feel that nourishing air fill up your body, fill your lungs. And as you breathe out, allow that softness just to transport you into a place where you can be still for a few moments. Just breathing that stillness into your feet. Feel the soles of the feet relax, the top of the foot, bones in your foot, your ankle. Allowing the breath to bring in that feeling of stillness. And breathe out. Breathe that stillness now into your knees, into your quads, into the bones in your legs. And breathe out. Stillness now fills the abdomen, the belly, the organs, digestive organs, your heart, your lungs, every organ, every tissue within your body. Just breathing in that feeling of stillness, nurturing yourself, and just breathing out. Bringing that stillness now into your shoulders, into the upper part of the chest. And then that stillness moves into your arms, into your face, breathing it in and breathing out. And then just inviting you to spend a few moments in this place of this stillness, this peace and calm you've created. Just rest here for a few moments. Just starting to become aware of your breathing. Just hearing the sound of the breath and noticing the subtle movements within the body. Notice any sounds, maybe outside the room, or any sounds you can hear. And then noticing if there are any sounds within the room. Notice the way your clothing feels against your skin. And just start to move your fingers and toes and maybe have a smile. Just start now to begin that process of reawakening. But keeping that essence of stillness with you, that feeling of calm. Start to move your toes, your hands, have a stretch. Deepen the breath and maybe have a gentle yawn. The arms up overhead. And then in your mind's eye, allow the image of the night sky to appear. And see its darkness and depth. And then see the brightness of the stars. And starlight. And from that brightness, just inviting that brightness of the stars, that radiant light to reawaken you. And feel like brighter than 1,000 lights as it starts to pour down over the crown of your head. And that light falls down into your spine, shimmering, sparkling, bringing its radiance down into the spine and down into the pathways through your body. So the whole of your body starts to feel energized, yet calm, peaceful. That light flows down into your arms and into your hands, into your fingers, into the face, bringing brightness and that sparkle to your eye. And then that light flows down into the organs within your body, boosting your immunity and your wellness. And then that light flows down right down into your feet. Strong legs, strong bones. And then roll over onto whichever side suits you best. Just to pause for a moment before coming back to being seated. Just having an image of yourself sitting up. Just go through the motions of it, and in a moment or two, just begin to find the ground underneath your hands and press down and bring yourself back to a seated position, but do keep your eyes closed. And get your hands, rub your hands together, some warmth in your hands. And then those nice warm palms, place them over your eyes. Bring your eyes up into the palms. Separate your fingers, give your forehead a tap. Your cheeks a tap. And then give yourself a dust down, just dust all that stardust away. And then we're going to end by just wrap your arms around yourself and give yourself a nice big hug. And then give the other side a hug as well. Arms come up overhead, let your palms come together. And just guide the hands down. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. May all beings be at peace. There we are. So I hope you all enjoyed this evening's class. It's been lovely sharing Dru Yoga with you. And I hope to see you again. Also, I won't start going on. I'll just say goodbye. I'll just let you go. So he's laughing at me. I love it when people laugh at me. Goodbye, my lovelies. Have a really nice sleep and I'll see you soon.